Okay, here's two young guys. They haven't finished school yet. And they're going and inventing a technology device, for people who are blind. Actually, it's like sonar. I was in the Navy, we used to have sonar to send out little beeps that tell us where things are in the water or whatever. Well, what they decided is, gosh, for blind people, they walk around with a cane, and blind people know what's on the ground and they feel it away. But what about a branch that's coming out? Like my wife, who can't see very well at all, even with glasses and whatever. We were walking up the street and there's a building that had windows jetted out from the sidewalk. She walks smack in those windows and ruined her glasses and everything. She just doesn't pick up stuff like that. So this is a little sonar device, and when things are in range of you, that from like the waist up, you get beeped. Beep, 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 beep. Whatever it is that they do. But more importantly, these are young people still in school developing ideas like this, getting money on the internet to do it. They got $35,000 already to work on this project. Man, and these are public sites. These are individuals just off the street saying, hey, that's a good idea. I think we should have that, and I'll send you some money, to help you get that, and send me one when you finish making it, Gosh, it's just phenomenal that things are like that out there. That you could get ideas for things that are really needed in life and make life better for other people by taking your intelligence and your creativity or whatever it is, or your doggedness. You don't even have to be that creative or that intelligent. You just have to want to do it, and you figure out the rest, because there's so much brain power around sitting that you can tap into and have these people help you for free or next to nothing, to make things happen in life. And that's what's so exciting about our world now. You can make things happen. You can be smarter than you are because you can get it from other people, and it's all on the internet. You don't have to go and get a PhD in something. You just have to learn skills of finding stuff, asking questions. That's why I see where the answers are all out there. The answers are easy. It's asking the right questions. So watch this interview. Sweet people and working on something important, and God, they started with nothing and just doing it. So why don't you, right? Watch it. Okay, Arjun and Bin, right? And the website is IMERCIV. IMERCIV. What does that mean?
Immersive. So it's just a play on the actual word immersive, just made it short.
Oh, I see. But both of you guys have your full capabilities of site capabilities, but you're helping people who can't see. Man, this is a terrific thing. It's sort of like, to me, what I thought of when I saw the devices is you put it on your chest or somewhere, and it's sonar for people who won't pop into things that are high. You won't hit your head on stuff. The cane gets you low, right? And you guys figured out, man, half of life is above the waist, not below the waist. Well, depending on what you're doing, I guess. But there's a bad joke in there somewhere. But you guys are taking care of that with this little sonar device. It's just terrific. And do you have sightless people in your family at all?
Well, my dad has glaucoma. He still has a lot of remaining sight, but he's already over 50, right? So it's only gonna go downhills from there.
So that's when it gets smaller, smaller, smaller. You get that little thing. Well, that's particularly high-tech young people. I've interviewed 700 people in crowdfunding and like that. It's nice to see young people concerned about a bigger world than just them. Instead of inventing an iPhone device to pick up chicks or whatever, which most people at your age are more interested in. That you're interested in people and get them to use technology to live a better life, than have a disability. What could be a better use of technology, than to improve somebody's daily life skills? Wow, and not only improve the life, but prevent disasters and complications, injuries. And, this should be a medical device and be covered by healthcare systems, because you're going to save accidents, you're going to save emergency room visits and everything, with this device. It's just wonderful.
I completely agree.
Yeah, we are not a medical device, however, just because that would take a lot longer.
Oh, right. You got it FDA approved by some other. But I mean, you know, like a Band-Aid doesn't have to, but it is in the healthcare part of the sum. I mean, it seems like what it should be is covered as a healthcare cost.
Yeah, so there is a category called assistive technology.
Oh,
so,
there is.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure about the US. I'm sure you guys have similar programs.
Yes.
But here in Ontario, just for example, we have a program called ADP, which is the Assistive Device Program, which you know, they recognize it as a separate category of device that can help people living with disabilities, and the government actually subsidizes.
I see. Well, I mean, but that's Canadian healthcare system, and here in the States, you think that we're that good?
So another way we sort of countered that was we understand that a lot of the devices that you can get through ADP are very expensive. So try to keep our device, you know, as affordable as possible, and I think the max, your product has to cost over $200 to be put on ADP itself. So we're right at that sort of mark. So a lot of our sort of users and clients feel more compelled just to sort of buy it from us rather than go through it long.
So it's under the radar. Well, that's another thing, making this, you know, at a price that's reasonable for people, is because so many people are now, particularly in healthcare in our country, just are jamming people because they know they don't have an alternative, and they just skyrocket the price because they could get away with it. But it's nice to have young guys who have a soul in addition to smarts of using the technology. There's bigger things to work for. And then the more money comes to you anyway, because people appreciate giving it to you, I'm sure. And your device will be ready, you know, like the beginning of the year, right?
Right around springtime.
Yeah. Well, and so, I mean, you're halfway there on your money, but it's a flexible budget you have, so you're going to do it no matter how much money you get. You got enough now, you know, to start production, so anybody orders is definitely going to win. And then you have something interesting on your site where blind people in India are making jewelry that you're offering as an incentive to people by. That's genius. That's wonderful.
So part of that whole story is sort of my grandma was partially sighted, and that was, I guess, one of her many problems. But now she's gone now. But she sort of used to support and donate a blind orphanage in school in Delhi, and then it's sort of become a family tradition for us to just do that. So as whenever, you know, one of us are back home, we always go back to the school and feed the kids and give them chocolate and things like that.
Oh, really? How wonderful. And now you're giving them cash, man. You're getting their jewelry and promoting it and selling it.
Over there, like, they don't even use canes. They're sort of confined to the the actual orphanage in the building, and a lot of them don't leave the gates of the school.
I see.
So this is just sort of another tool that, you know, a lot of them don't go to college and pursue further education because of that fear of having to travel and go somewhere.
So that's why a lot of them now make this jewelry that support themselves?
Yeah, so there's a few organizations. We're working with three of them, main ones, and part of the initiative in one of the girls' orphanage and schools is that they make little items of art.
Right. Wonderful. Well, how nice. Because now it feels to me that we're getting close to Christmas and gift time. So this, you know, somebody has trouble seeing, to get them your device, and then and with the bonus thing of the jewelry. So even if the device doesn't come till March or whatever, you have the little jewelry package, and you can tell them, hey, what's coming that will really improve their life when this device gets here, right?
And it's also, you know, we realize that our audience on Indiegogo, Kickstarter, like a lot of our consumers won't really be able to find it that easily. So that's why we went through different options to have. So even if you're not sighted or don't know anyone is yourself, you can still contribute to our cause, and at the same time get a little token of appreciation that's actually made by someone who's blind, and you know, receiving a necklace and knowing that it's been handmade someone across.
But also then you also have that I could go on Indiegogo, your campaign, and donate one of these to an underprivileged person to do it, right?
Yeah. So that's been our sort of our big winner right now, I guess. A lot of people that have been doing that.
Yeah, well, that's like Tom's. I don't know. There's a somebody and a shoe person, or I forget what the name is, who makes a shoe, and you buy a shoe for him, and they send a shoe to somebody in a third world that really needs shoes.
Yeah, I remember seeing that a while back.
Right, and yeah, and so that's nice, because I think, you know, it sort of gets a little boring to have a business, I think, that only makes money, and I think that limits your experiences in life to appreciate a more complete life if you're only worried about money. I mean, that's just one part of life, you know. It's sort of like having a closet of only purple question mark suits, you know. I like all color question mark suits, not only purple, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna say they're pretty great. I like your glasses.
They're from China, cheap as hell, man. I got them. They used to be so expensive, and that's why the world is so small, and that's why you guys are able to give a device to people in other parts of the world who really need it and would not have access to this technology normally. But even here, I mean, boy, we got so many people that need it in our country, in the U.S. You guys are in Canada, you know, same thing. You have a better healthcare system than we do. We're trying, boy, but it's not really the same. But just to have young people thinking about something bigger themselves and using your expertise and your knowledge and a combination of not only, you know, making money, but helping other people too. I mean, that's to me a perfect business when you're concerned about more than just the bottom line, and, you know, to be bigger in life than just that. And so I appreciate you guys doing all that. And so get this, you know, well, actually, will this be available even after your program is over on Indiegogo?
So after the campaign is over, we will focus on getting product into you know, the consumer's hand, and also to India by March and April. And after we fulfill all of those, that's when we're actually going to start orders. I see it.
But you better order now, because it's going to be a lot more expensive then, right? Right. So this is the time to get in it. And you can get there by, the website is imerciv.com. imerciv.com. Right?
The pre-order button on the website that takes you directly to the
Indiegogo, right? And that website, you'll be there all the time, right? Anyway, even after the campaign, we can find you when we want one, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Wonderful.
I think there is an option for the Buzz Clip to be available through Indiegogo even after the campaign.
Oh, I see. Great. Yeah, sometimes that happens, so then that's great. So you guys are going to do that.
For sure. So
that's
wonderful. So you won't lose a sale. And if I want this after this campaign, I can still get it from you, right? Great. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for putting your talents into something like this. It makes my heart feel good. So take care. Have a good holiday.